Greetings and welcome back to Book of Shadows! In the last episode we finished chapter 5. Many people died and the only thing that was left was Morishige with his insanity. So now we unlocked chapter 6, Meyer. And this will be played from perspective of two characters. One who we have actually played as and another one who is a very interesting protagonist. So let us jump right in. Yuka. You're in for a ride, Yuka. This be the science lab. The first thing I saw when I opened my eyes was the ceiling of a dark, gloomy room with flickering, uncovered light bulbs. The random bursts of light they shone were so dim that they only just barely lit up the wood grain on the ceiling, enough to see patterns in it. The back of my head hurt in the same way it would if someone had just pulled my hair really hard. I couldn't do anything about it though, so I just frowned and waited for it to subside. Yeah. Kawaii. I wondered if I'd hit my head somewhere. Or if someone hit your head for you. I suddenly realized that my feet weren't touching the ground. And there was a cold sensation all along my back. I must have been lying down on a hard surface. I tried to move, but both my arms and both my legs had gone to sleep. And they wouldn't budge. Gone to sleep. I'd just have to keep lying here until they woke up. I gave up on moving and instead just stared up at the gloomy ceiling again. I knew it wasn't actually a person, but it really did look like one, and he was glaring down at me with a hateful expression. It was creepy. I wonder... Oh, that was it. It looked like the Scream, that Munch painting we studied in class, except this face was screaming in anger. He hated me. If only Big Brother were here with me. He'd just pat my head and laugh and tell me how silly I was being. Yes, where is Satoshi? God damn it, where are you when we need you? I was still a little disoriented, but I turned and twisted my head as best as I could, managed to see if I could find him anywhere nearby. Why was I sleeping in a place like this anyway? And why wasn't Big Brother at my side like he always was? I wonder, would it be because he's in a different dimension and you were kidnapped by a crazy psychopath who has some real issues? And all went to shit because you did that. Huh. Oni-chan is not here. Why were we in this school to begin with? Maybe the charm failed and this was our punishment. Maybe I was the one who messed it up. I probably shouldn't even have been there. And if I hadn't asked him to help me try to find a bathroom, we wouldn't be separated right now. I should have just held his hand and not let go. I could have lasted a little longer without peeing. And we'd still be together.
そしたら首を吊っている人がたくさん。
Oh, that happened.
それで驚いて廊下に出てへたり込んじゃって、その後
What happened then?
誰かと話したんだ。
Was that someone a hunk of a man? Who looked like he was a white knight in shining armor but actually was the villain?
確か妹さんとはぐれちゃった人に会ったんだ。一緒にお兄ちゃんを探してくれるって名前は、そう、Kizami優也さん。
The root of all evil. Good old Kizami.
痛いよ。なんで体が動かないの。なんで。
I then realized that I couldn't see my arms. Where were they? Why weren't they at my sides? They were still numb too, so I couldn't feel where they were either, but I tried my best to move them anyway.
この音、縄だよね。私、縛られてるの。
I thought maybe the reason I couldn't feel my arms or legs and couldn't move is because I was tied up really tight and it was cutting off my circulation.
お願い、動いて。
With some effort, I was finally able to move my fingertips. I started to feeling everything I could, grateful even for this little bit of reassurance.
なんか触った。
Now it feels all tingly and discomforting since the blood starts running again. The rope around my wrists had been tied up tight and looped many times over, and with the circulation trickling back into my hands, it was really painful. I was so scared, it felt like I'd forgotten how to breathe. Somebody's coming to see good old Yuka. The footsteps were echoing from out in the hallway. They stopped right in front of this room. I'm actually quite interested in where Kizami went while Yuka was tied up in here. Yes, Oni-chan. I wriggled in place and screamed as loud as I could. I didn't even care about the old splintery rope cutting into my wrists and ankles anymore.
暴れない方がいい。余計きつくなってしまうよ。待たせてしまったようだね。暗くて怖かっただろう。
Book of Shadows, episode number 6. Mire. It's a mire of agony and torment. This scene is rather disturbing.
大丈夫かい、ゆかちゃん。
He was looking at me with a caring, sympathetic smile on his face. He seemed to be really concerned about me.
助けてください。気がついたら縛られてて。
ああ、それは僕が縛ったんだよ。
Yeah, Kizami isn't fucking around. He gets straight into business.
大事な妹ともう二度とはぐれないようにね。
And get ready for my face when Kizami is crazy.
妹って
君は僕の大事な妹だ。
Yuka does not want any of that.
だから僕と離れないようにしっかり縛っておかないと。
どうしてキザミさん、嘘でしょ。
どうして？君こそ僕の妹なのになぜわからないんだ？
わかりません。だって私は。
ユカはまだ小さいからわからないのかもしれないね。
Or maybe you are just too crazy to make any of this work.
大丈夫。
Not
これ
that
か
it
らお
should
兄
even
ちゃんが
work
教え
in
て
the
あげ
first
るよ。
place.
キザミさん。
僕たち兄弟はこれから分かり合うんだ。
We have reached an understanding. The understanding is this. I kill you, and then I kill everyone else too. Kizami logic at its best, at its finest. His eyes looked like they were staring far off into the distance, like he was in a trance.
怖いよ、お兄ちゃん。
I would be too, to be honest. And now, you goddamn sexy motherfucker. Stop this. I already told the Morishippa you need to stop it. Necrophilia is enough. No need for this. No. Why was he doing this? Why did he tie me up, and why did he look so happy about it? This is getting into a direction that it's even dark for corpse party standards. I think I've seen this in a manga somewhere, and it was not pleasant at all. I didn't get any of it. Every hair on my body was standing on end. I was terrified.
もう逃げられないの。
Yes, there is. Some of those options you have are pretty bad, though. The corners of my eyes were on fire. I couldn't stop myself from crying. Tears were flowing down my face like a waterfall. Kizami smiled, then reached out and touched my cheek. His hand was ice cold. It was like there was no blood flowing through it at all, like the hand of a dead person.
君が目覚めてくれるのをずっと待っていたんだ。
Right.
さあ、僕に魂の輝きを見せてくれ。
He slowly hesitantly took his hand off my cheek and then began walking around me toward my feet. Then he gently grabbed my skirt with one hand and drew a knife from his breast pocket with the other. There we go. Kizami.
It's show time!
And he nailed it.
そう、それだよ。僕が求めていたのはその声、その顔だ。恐怖と絶望が頂点に達したとき、魂は最高の輝きを放つ。
That's only what you think. I've seen souls shine at the peak of complete opposite, which means hope, happiness, and all that. But enough about me! Let's continue on making Yuka cry, because we all want to see Yuka cry again.
それをもっと見たい。
And more of
それ
Kizami.
を僕に向けてくれ。
And his insanity.
ゆかちゃん、ゆかちゃんならもっと輝けるはずなんだ。大丈夫。お兄ちゃんが手伝ってあげるよ。
Ugh.
鮮血にまみれ、
痛みにもがき、
苦しむ姿は
今よりもっと綺麗に違いない。
どうしたんだい、ゆか。 休んじゃダメだよ。まだまだこれからなんだからね。
God damn it, Kizami, why do you make this seem like you're about to do something really disgusting? Not saying that killing someone isn't, but you know what I mean. Because you are not his Oni-chan. Come on, man.
Naniを言っているんだい、ユウカ。お兄ちゃんはほら、君の目の前にいるじゃないか。
You're not his big brother, you stupid douche. You see, Kisame, Yuka's big brother is the main protagonist, which means that even though outwardly he looks boring and all that, every girl likes him. Unfortunately, Kisame. The panic and fear just kept getting more overpowering. I think I was hyperventilating. But Kisame showed no mercy. Instead, he reached out and grabbed my neck.
本当に生きているウサギはうるさいな。
息ができない。
なんて細い首なんだ。しなやかで柔らかい。君の頸動脈の太さと頸椎の形がよくわかるよ。なんて戦場的な作りをしているんだ、君の筋は。
Right.
苦しいかい？苦しいよね。ユカが悪いんだよ。僕以外のお兄ちゃんはここにはいないはずなのに。
Fuck off, Kisame. With that, he let go of my neck, but then hastily pulled the knife in his hand right up to my face. Faced. Right, it's faced now. He made sure I could see every inch of it clearly and just held it there, slowly turning in for what felt like an eternity.
ちゃんと見えてるかな、ユカ。
The knife was stained with red splatter marks. No, not even red, just dark. It wasn't a color I knew well, but there was only one thing it could have been. Blood, verta.
ああ、これかい？心配しなくてもいいよ。少し黒崎で汚れているけど、まだよく切れるから。
Right. I was shivering so hard I could feel my teeth vibrating. A chill ran through every part of me as if I were so afraid that it had actually lowered my body temperature. The chattering coming from inside my mouth was getting louder and louder to such an extent that I was getting distracted by it.
いい顔だ。僕の妹はいい仕事をする。少し布が邪魔だな。
That is not something you say to a 14-year-old. And the following action is also something you don't do to 14-year-olds. Kizami suddenly tore my uniform, exposing my stomach.
なんだこの水風船のようなお腹は。たっぷり内臓が詰まっているじゃないか。
Okay. Oh, damn it. He laid the knife blade flat across my belly button, and then sudden sensation of cold metal against my skin sent even more shivers up and down my spine.
痛かったら声を上げていいからね。恥ずかしいことじゃないんだよ。もう終わりかい？どうしたんだい、ユカ。まさかこれで終わりじゃないだろう。せっかく欲しかった妹が手に入ったのに。
Not after I finally got my hands on the little girl I always wanted. I keep reading this as a sexual thing, and it's really distracting me because this scene ain't right. My throat was completely dry. I actually wanted to cry for help, but the walls of my air pipes were sticking together. Breathing was hard enough.
返事を言うか。
No. Damn it. Yuka.
いい子だ。じゃあ本番に行くよ。
Right. Right. Fear had taken over. I couldn't hold myself back. I knew it wouldn't go over well, and I knew it would hurt, but I forced myself to cry out. Very nice. What?
君のお兄ちゃんは僕だろ？
Remember? No.
謝りなさい、ユカ。
Apologize, Yuka.
違うだろう。お兄ちゃんごめんなさいだ。もっと心を込めて。
Do it right this time. Go. 'Now you done did it, Yuka.
僕がお兄
You
ちゃん
made a terrible mistake.
ない。
この
なんだ今のは。
Some Silent Hill stuff happening.
気のせいか。
Well done, Yuka. Well done.
おもらしするほどに僕が嫌いなのか。
Right.
Hmm? 興味深い
Sorry, I'm
な。
a bit distracted.
そんな格好になってまで兄貴を呼ぶのか。なんて哀れな。
Pitiful.
僕の可愛い妹だ。今気持ちよくさせてあげるよ。
No, 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 no. You do not say something like that.
も
I'm going
う
to
そ
make you
んな
feel
哀
real
れな
good.
姿で泣かなくていい。哀れ。
And again.
今俺はこの子を見て哀れと言ったか。なぜ哀れと思った。何なんだこの気分は。かわいそう。俺にもそんな感情が。俺にもまだそんな感情が生まれる未来が残されているというのか。他の奴らとは違う。この俺にも。
ですからあの子がそんなことするはずがありません。残念ですが本人はゆうやくんは相手の子を傷つけようと思ってハサミを持ったと言うんです。
This has been going on for quite some time. It seems.
やったとおっしゃるんですか。私たちが駆けつけた時彼は血だらけになった自分の手を見て
Oh, sorry.
とにかくこちらではもう対応しかねます。お引き取りください。
And they probably chose the wrong way.
待ってください。
なんだ、あいつの目潰れなかったのか。
俺は幼い頃から命に思いやりを持ったり他人の心を感じたりする方法がわからなかった。次第に親たちはあくまでも見るような目で俺を疎んじるようになる。
And only made things worse. Nice job.
兄と姉ばかりに愛情を注ぎ始めた。成績優秀で人格者の兄と姉ばかり。
And you began hating them.
さすが周りが揃って認める人格者は違うと思ったよ。親でさえ諦めた俺を兄と姉だけは接し続けていたんだ。特に兄貴はその吐き気がするほどの優等生ぶりを振りかざし熱心に俺を、あいつは兄の立場を利用して俺に命令し俺にしつこくつきまとった。そうだ、
Problematic.
小学生の頃俺は一度だけ本気で兄にぶつかったことがあったんだ。
なんてことしてるんだ。ヒューヤ、何を燃やしたんだ。
Yuuya Kizami.
何って動物だよ。ああ、匂うから怒ってんのか。
Nice.
何すんだよバカに。
I honestly had no idea why he'd struck me, but this was the first time I'd ever been on the receiving end of violence, and I was pissed. I tried to jump him, but he was just too big. I didn't stand a chance.
どうして命を大切にしない。どうしてこんなこと。こ 殺すなんて。なぜこんなことするんだ、ユウヤ。
うるせえ、俺が拾ってきたんだ。切り殺そうが何しようが俺の勝手だろ。
Couldn't believe the asshole actually threw a punch at me. I was determined to hit him back, and I wasn't going to give up until I succeeded. Unfortunately, his size really was an insurmountable obstacle for me. My attempt to fight back was cut short by another much harder blow from to the same cheek.
黙れ。
It was twice now. I was so going to make him pay. I swore I'd injure him. My punch was going to connect. If I couldn't hit him in the head, any other part of his body would do just as well.
くそ、先に生まれただけで偉そうにしやがって。俺がもっとでかければ。
そういう問題じゃないだろう。成長しろ、ユウヤ。本当に頭の悪い男でなければいずれ理解できるはずだ。今ある体格差や年の差はすぐに何の意味もなくなる。大事なのは心の成長なんだ。
Although Kizami will grow into a freaking tank.
他人の痛みが分かる人間になってくれ。
I could have sworn I saw tears welling up in his eyes. Actually, Kizami is taller than Yoshikazu. That's how big he is. The hell was that about? He just beat me up and here he was looking sad.
俺は兄貴とは違う。
違わない。お前は俺の弟だ。ずっとお前は俺の弟だ。それは一生変わらない。
Ugh, I can still remember what a disgustingly sentimental look he was giving me when he said that.
死ねよ、死ね死ね死ね。兄貴なんか殺してやる。何すんだよ。
ゆうや、やめなさい。
Haruna Kizami.
話せ、話せよ。待てよ、バカに。
いいか。大事なのは心の成長だ。胸に刻み込んでおけ。
偽善者が。思いっきりぶん殴りやがって。ゆうや。
Yuuya, there was no hope for you at any point.
大丈夫？頭打たなかった？
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how sociopaths are created.
ほっとけよ。
Or
今
how
はまだわか
sociopaths
らなくても、
work.
きっとあんたが大人になれば理解できるから。
俺のことを理解できないのは姉貴たちの方だろ。なんで俺が一番下なんだよ。下の兄弟が欲しい。俺ならもっと理解して絶対に可愛がってやるのに。
I love the piss out of a younger brother or sister. Yeah, we all see how much you love freaking Yuka.
兄さんも私もあんたが大好きよ。
はあ？
私たちは分かってるから。あんたが本当は優しい子だってこと。
No, he isn't. He's lost. Or maybe Kizami was like hiding it all and was actually trying to be good, but then when he came to Heavenly Host, it was like, nope. Maybe.
この子
Just
のお
maybe.
墓作ってあげよう。ね、ゆうや。
そんなんゴミ箱に捨てりゃいいだろ。
ゆうや！あんた、このままじゃ一生一人ぼっちになっちゃうよ。
Yep, my sister grabbed me by both of my shoulders and looked me right in the eyes when she said this. But I didn't care about the words she was saying, I just pushed her away.
俺のことが好きだから。俺のことを分かったふりをするな。この嘘つき女。
ゆうや、嘘って。
俺は誰も信じない。
not trust anyone.
誰にも負けない。俺に嘘をつくやつは許さない。
Right.
絶対だ。
And thus you are lost forever. Henceforth,
そうだった。この頃からだ。
henceforth the prime loony in this land of the dead. With Morishige coming a close second, but he never killed anyone. You did.
人間の本当の気持ちを。そう。正直な反応を見るにはどうすべきか考えるようになったのは、周りの連中を理解できない俺のことを理解してくれる者などいない。処世術を得た俺は目立たず毎日を過ごすため常にそういう自分を演じるようになっていた。つまらない話に興味を持ったかのように笑い、同情したふりを装い、傷ついた顔を作ってやった。
Well, this is so in Biocurin students, you might think, who the hell is this guy? Well, you're gonna see him in the next chapter.
偽りの仮面に気づかず、笑顔で言い寄ってくるクラスメイトたち。本質も見えていないくせに、上辺だけで人を分かったようなふりをする。俺の簡単な演技に騙される。頭の軽くて愚かな蔑視すべき存在。兄貴たちと同じだ。俺に嘘をつく許されざる存在。
Or so you think, Kizami. But of course, why would I expect you to know any better?
だから試したいと思っていたんだ。他人を本当に理解することができる方法。気づかなかったろ。俺はずっとお前らを殺したいと思ってたって。死に際に立つ人間は正直だ。動物どもと同じ。みんな正面からこちらに向き合って本物の会話をしてくれた。一部を除いては。
With rare exception. Suck it, Kisami. Mitsuki would not yield to you, fucker.
それでいいんだ。もっと見せてみろよ。お前の裸の感情を。
そうだ。
お前のためなんかに。
悲鳴も命乞いも噛み殺して絶命した奴がいたんだった。
なんだそりゃ。抵抗のつもりか？
この時のなんと満たされなかったことか。
Good.
幸せ。
No one needs to understand you. Past the point that you're a crazy man.
俺でも少しは変われるのかとの期待も少しはあった。だが人を殺めた後ですら俺に人間らしい感情は湧かなかった。
ユウヤ、命は平等なんだ。ちゃんと覚えておけよ。
命は平等？ああ、確かに平等だったさ。殺す時は同じだったよ。人間も動物も虫けらも。
Right.
でもまあ殺す感触は同じでもさすがに人を殺めてしまった罪はもう引き返せないか。後悔はなかったがもう自分には欲しい未来すら浮かばなかった。なんだ 今のは。
The film projector of your brain is overloading with these emotions that it's not supposed to feel.
今俺は誰かを哀れんで。
Perhaps you did. Why why don't you show more of that emotion?
お腹パンパン。
そう、この感覚だ。この俺が相手を哀れんでいる。そんなに震えて大丈夫かい？
大丈夫だよ、ゆかちゃん。Oh, give me a second. Are you alright? Yes.
おトイレに。
Let's
なん
go.
でここまで我慢を？
さっきお兄ちゃんとはぐれちゃって。
そのはぐれたお兄ちゃんに言わなかったのかい？おトイレに行きたいって。
だってずっとおトイレはどこも使えなくて。
Right.
あとおトイレ以外のところでしたって。
But
お兄ちゃんに思われたくなかったから。
献身的な妹。そうだ、これだ。
it's just what I've been looking for.
自分より弱い存在守ってあげなきゃ。これだよ、これだ。俺が欲しかったのは。
Let's go. Kizami. You're kind of showing your insanity to this girl you've only just met, and that's not a good thing.
どうかしたんですか、キザミさん。
この俺が哀れと感じたこのことならまだ未来はあるんじゃないか。そうだ、哀れむ感情があるならまだ罪を許される要素があるはずだ。
Well, at least he had some semblance of goodwill. While he did this, it doesn't make his crimes any less worse, but at least he tried. Man,
このこと暮らせれば。
credit where credit is due. Methods were wrong,
そう
but
するか。
intentions were good.
俺と
For
暮らすか。
what? That's quite a lot to say about Kizami.
私やっぱり一人でお兄ちゃん探します。
一人で？どうして？
Damn it.
ようやく見つけたのに。どうしてこいつも俺から離れていくんだ。
ラン！ラビットラン！
There we go again.
ダメだ。一緒に行こう。
Bam. Backhanded. Probably spade.
ほら、兄さんの言うことを聞かないからだよ。
Right. Well, your best intentions ended with worst results. I'd been screaming and crying so much that my throat was now bone dry. I couldn't manage any more than a whimper. My throat was actually in a lot of pain. It burned like someone had cut it wide open. Maybe Kizami did. You never know. Kizami had raised the knife as if he were about to kill me, but for some reason he just froze like that. And all I could do was lie there struggling to breathe. Aside from his heavy panting, I could only hear the sound of my own chattering teeth. I breathed in as deeply as I could, then mustered every last bit of strength I had. I wanted to call out with all my might. I wanted to call for help. Let's do this. No good. The sentiment was there, but the words couldn't possibly have been heard by anyone else, except the person I didn't want to hear. Strange scream seemed to snap Kizami out of his trance. He brought the tip of his knife down onto my cheek, but didn't break the skin.
どんなに助けを呼んでも誰も来ないんだ。
He was looking down at me with blank, empty eyes. It was like he'd just woken up from a really long dream. I was absolutely certain about that. He may not have found me yet, but I knew he was looking. He was worried and looking all over for me. It was only a matter of time. Big brother is my prince after all, and the prince always comes to the rescue of his princess. Right.
来るわけないだろう。君のお兄ちゃんはここにいるんだから。
Nope. My struggle to get out the words came to an abrupt end as Kizami's hand pressed down hard on my face, covering my nose and mouth and suffocating me. For all the pain and fear I was feeling, I knew I had a chance to fight back, so I opened my mouth and bit down hard on his palm. I must have bitten even harder than I thought. I could taste his blood. It was warm and minerally and slid down my parched throat, easing a little bit of the pain and dryness. Yeah, good job drinking someone else's blood. I just kept shouting. I didn't care if these were the last words I'd ever said. I had no regrets, I just wanted to cry out. The Symphony of Yuka. And presto.
来ねえ兄貴なんか来ねえ
What? Alright! Well! That was a strange sound indeed. It all happened in an instant. Kizami just grabbed his head in both hands and let out a cry of pain that didn't even sound human. You're right about that.
なんだなんだこれは何なんだよこの声は俺は妹が欲しかったのか俺は妹が欲しかった欲しかったんだ
But do you need a little brother? That's little sister. That's the question.
俺より弱い存在そうだ俺を必要とする存在
Kizami, I'm sure no one needs you at your current state.
妹という存在を本当に欲していたのかそうだ妹がいれば俺は変われた
I doubt it.
痛い
You need professional help. He grabbed his head again and began stumbling around. He looked like he was in real pain. There were even tears in his eyes.
くそくそくそ何を気づかせたい今さら俺に理由などいらない
Too late for
ここに
that!
来てからの俺は俺だけのために全てを踏みつけてきたそれは誇りですらある
Right. And you guys like, what the fuck is going on?
大丈夫ですか頭痛いの床のポケットに頭痛のお薬が入ってます
Yuka, you don't have pockets. You're wearing a dress.
出して飲んでいいです
Surprise, motherfucker.
なんでこうなったんだ
My dear.
妹がいる俺も兄貴みたいになれたんだそうだなれたはずだった弟のために泣くようなバカ兄みたい
And he's dead.
ゾリさん
He fell to his knees and just stayed like that, not moving, maybe not even breathing. It's music, though. Konya. After another unnerving yell, the huge man with the hammer just stood there, staring at me. He had blood spattered all over him. Somehow, though, I got the impression he wasn't going to attack me.
助けてくれたの
You might remember this scene from the first game, because this is actually a recap of the ending where Kizami catches Yuka. He reached one hand toward me slowly and gently. Though it may have been a little too slowly, he moved like a zombie, as if I were watching a TV show in slow motion.
どうしたの
It almost seemed like he was afraid of me, but I was just a little girl tied to a table. What could he possibly think I'd do to him?
ここに誰かいるの
didn't answer. I wasn't sure he heard the question. He wasn't looking at me, he was looking past me.
教えて、何があるの？殺しなさい。
Nice. Mournful yell echoed throughout the room. My arms and legs suddenly went slack. It felt like I could move them. Now. Yoshikazu fighting against others. Ugh! Slowly I opened my eyes and confirmed that this enormous man had just smashed apart the dry knots that were holding my hands and feet in place. That's quite the aim with a sledgehammer. I knew I didn't have much time. I tried my hardest to wake up my sleeping hands and feet and shake the broken splintered ropes from my wrists and ankles.
殺せ。
Oh shit. Well, let's save first, before we make any mistakes. And now let's make the mistakes. Run for the door. After brushing the last piece of rope off my body, I leaped to the ground and began searching the room for the best escape route. The huge man may have freed me from my rope, but I was clearly still in danger.
手足がしびれて、うまく動かせない。
There were still big indented rope burns on my wrists and ankles, limiting my blood circulation. I wouldn't be moving comfortably for a while yet. The back door of the classroom was wide open. It seemed broken actually. It looked like the huge man must have busted in with his hammer when he came attacking. I decided to make a break for it. First I tried sidestepping past him, doing everything I could to tread lightly and keep my arms outstretched so the blood would flow to them again. But then I heard the floor creak behind me. I was too late. There was nowhere left to run. The giant hammer struck my right arm, instantly fracturing it severely. The spray of blood from the impact even got in my eyes. The huge man raised his hammer in the air again. He swung it with perfect precision and I was down. But he wasn't stopping. Both my arms and legs had been completely destroyed. They looked like giant swatted bugs on the desk. Just a mess of bloody chunks. The last swing hit so hard that it broke the whole desk behind me. I found myself rolling painfully onto the ground. When I hit, there was less thud and more a plop. Bits of my arms and legs went flying everywhere. And then I realized it wasn't just bits. What was left of my extremities was so damaged that it all literally just snapped off my body. No, this had to be a nightmare. It couldn't be real, could it? I really was like a swatted bug. I looked and felt the part completely. Dead. I don't want to give up, even though I knew I was doomed. I tried to roll myself toward the door, but that went about as well as you might expect. My head was stuck on something, and waves of pain were shooting through my entire torso. I wasn't going to last much longer. I could see the hammer coming down onto my head. And then for a split second I could see in two opposite directions at once as my skull cracked down the middle like a watermelon. Wrong end number 1. What happens if you try to run for the door immediately? 6. Wrong end 1. Save system data. There is another wrong end in that place, which we will get now. And then we will make a run for it. Continue. Now, first of all, we do not run for the door. We search the area for Consider other options. My arms and legs were still so numb that I couldn't trust myself to get out of the room safely. I had to think of something. I had to buy some time. Before Yoshikazu wakes up from his state. It seemed like the little girl was pulling the huge man's strings, and he didn't really want to hurt me. So maybe I could reason with him? No. That's not the answer.
何をしている？殺せ。どうしたの？
He suddenly doubled over and began clawing at his throat, seemingly in a great deal of pain. Reasoning with him really wasn't going to work. He was too unstable, and if it came down to me or the little girl, I was pretty sure I wouldn't win.
今なら逃げられるかも。
Now you need to find something that will help you escape. And if you find something wrong, let's see, for example, search this.
蛇口がある。ってことは水も出るのかな。やっぱり出ないよね。喉乾いたな。 どうしよう。私にできること何か。
As you can see, targeting went up by 30% by doing that.
蛇口がある。いや、喉か。どうしよう。
Targeting went up again. Light the Bunsen burner. Light it.
何の音もしない。ガスが通ってないのかな。 ダメだ。他の方法を探。
Also, name tag. It's decayed skeletal corpse. There's nothing about its outward appearance that gives any clear indication of age or gender. However, there's a student ID name tag partially lodged in its ribcage that indicates it probably belonged to a junior high school girl. Takine Municipal Middle School, Honda. 14 years old. Cause of death, cranium bashed in with blunt object. Once more with feeling.
蛇口がある。いや。どうしよう。なんだろう。意識が。
I couldn't move any part of my body, I'd just fallen completely limp, and my vision had gone black. I felt like I was being swallowed up by the darkness and there was nothing I could do to stop it. It was seeping into every part of me. Big brother, help. Big brother will not help you anymore. You will die. Din 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 din. Another wrong end. Wrong end 2. And now, one more time. This time we are gonna escape that situation without dying. And then, it's time to end this episode. Continue. Alright, what you need to actually search for is this bottle. There's a bottle on the ground filled with the transparent liquid. Take it. Yes.
何が入ってるんだろう。水じゃないよね。
Nope. HCI, hydrochloric acid. Acquired. HCl.
いつまでそうしているつもりだ。殺せ。
Throw the acid on him. Instinctively I threw the glass bottle at the huge man with the hammer. He flinched and stumbled backwards. His hammer was still raised, however, and smashed into one of the light bulbs on the ceiling, shattering it. Now's your chance.
暗い。でも、今なら逃げられるかも。
The feeling had begun returning to my legs, so I wasted no time. habitually yelling "excuse me" as I left. I imagine that, like going, "Oh, excuse me, sorry, apologies," while running out there from 2 murderers. I darted through the dark lab, using what I remembered of its layout to avoid obstacles and reach the door. And we are out. Oh, sorry, boss. It looks like I fucked up.
お前わざとか
Yes!
このクズ二度とご褒美してやらないぞ
I wonder what these rewards are. Okay!
早く追いかけろ
I'm going! Jesus!
あの小娘何度目だ
Many. At times.
お守りの切れ端を持っているのか運命が定着していない
Yes, Yuka still has some hope left.
どこか隠れられるところを探さなきゃ
Indeed. I could hear the sounds of someone else running just short distance in front of me. I couldn't make out what it was I couldn't make out who it was with any certainty, but I did briefly catch a glimpse of a figure retreating into the darkness, and it looked like
お兄ちゃん今のお兄ちゃんだったよね
or was it? I took off in pursuit. If that was Big Brother, then I just had to catch up to him. Run, Yuka, run!
お兄ちゃん
No, you are not going to find Oni-chan ever again. Oni-chan will find you, though. He mustn't have hurt me. His pace never slowed and I saw him disappear around the corner.
行っちゃった
Corner.
早く追いかけなきゃお兄ちゃんお兄ちゃん
Go! Let us go after Oni-chan. Where have we run to? Yes, we are now in search mode. So we shall save here and end the episode here. In the next one we are gonna see if we can catch up to Oni-chan and change our fate to the better. So, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next one!